What up? It's Matt, Taco Potato Mustang. I'm in the Hyundai Elantra N. I just hit 614 miles, which means I'm at past the break-in period for this engine. So apparently I can drive like a crazy person now. I'm gonna go, actually doing something related to the Fox Body Mustang. I'm gonna go and try and find a better washer for my oil drain plug. So when I change the oil, I will hopefully have less oil leaking out of the Fox Body. This has been a perpetual battle since like I bought the car almost 4 years ago. Okay, I haven't driven the Fox Body in like a week, 2 weeks. I've got a new battery. Let's see. She starts up. Jeez, this clutch is heavy compared to the Hyundai. All right. I'm gonna go run an errand. Okay, I think this is actually the first time I've driven the Fox Body since I bought the Elantra N. And I have two immediate observations, which probably will not come as a surprise to anybody considering we're talking about a 1988 car versus a 2023 car, is that, okay, the clutch on this car is so heavy compared to the Elantra clutch, which it does it like, you know, shifting like, I don't know, 10 times to get, you know, where I am now in like 5 minutes. It's not getting any easier. Also the brakes, oh my god. Okay, so like the brakes, I feel like I've gotten used to the brakes really quickly on the Elantra N. But when I first drove the car, I remember being like, wow, these are really like kind of sensitive and like really like grippy. But now that I'm driving the Fox Body, I feel like as soon as I get back into the Elantra N, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I'm gonna go back to being crazed about how sensitive they are. But the brakes in the Fox Body, well, they're not bad for, you know, an old car. Man, they are like a lot less sensitive. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take the dude's thing for a spin real quick. Oh my god. I feel like the clutch in this car it almost feels heavier than in the Fox Body. Crazy. Oh my god, it's been it's been only like maybe a week since I drove this car. 1 week of driving the Elantra, and I feel like my leg is like weaker. I almost forgot how to do the reverse. How to put the car in reverse. Incredible. Okay, it is remarkable how heavy this clutch feels now. Like I start to push it in and I'm like, ugh! Like, oh my god. And the shifter it feels a lot like shorter in the throws. And like, I don't know what the right word is. Like, it's definitely not as like, I don't, it's kind of hard to describe. Like, I think because I'm so focused on the heaviness of the clutch that I'm like, what is the deal here? Like, oh my god, it's crazy. This camera work here is amazing. Hopefully you're not getting sick watching this. Jesus. Like, I feel like the difference in the shifter is like, I mean, I've been driving this car for like almost 10 years. And actually, I think it's been about 2 weeks since I drove this car. So 2 weeks of driving the Elantra N like almost every day. Probably every day, at least once. versus like not driving this car, the Mustang, for like 2 weeks. It's the difference. It's even more like, obviously the difference between the Fox body and the Elantra, and there's like, in terms of the Fox body is just like a rattle trap, and you hear and feel everything while you're driving that car. But the Mustang, I think it's just that it's that the steering, the clutch, and the shifter are all so different. Such a different experience. Like, obviously requires much more effort to engage the clutch. I think the shifter, like the throws are shorter, but it's almost like you still got to put a little more effort in to like put the car in gear. I mean, on top of the fact that you have to put a lot more effort into put the clutch all the way in to even get the car to change gears. It's crazy. This is nuts. I've driven, I feel like I've driven a fair amount of manual cars that were different than this car, right? But I guess maybe not for like 2 weeks straight. So maybe that's just been because like I feel like every time I've driven another car, and then I got back into this car, it just felt like home, kind of. Like, it was just like I'm so used to driving it that it just felt like normal to get back into this car and to start driving. Seating position, like the visibility, the sensitivity of the clutch and the brakes, etc., etc. But this is the first time where I've just been like, oh my god, this is so different. Oy. A lot of windshield wipers. Yeah. But I mean, it still feels good. It's just it just feels different now, which is fine. It's crazy to me. I didn't think it would be like a more noticeable difference than in the Fox body, because I just drove the Elantra N like not even an hour ago to go run an errand after driving the Fox body, and now I'm in the Mustang, and it's just like, holy crap. Wow. Also, another thing is when you're driving, I'm sure people who've driven a lot of these different types of cars will not be shocked by this, but there's no like drive modes in this car, but there is like a thing where you can turn on, like you can turn off the traction control, and there's this thing called advanced track sport mode. And to me, aside from the traction element, like the biggest thing that you notice is that the steering is a lot like heavier, a lot like tighter. Like the steering wheel, it just seems to require more effort to turn. And I noticed that in the Elantra N, when you're driving like normal, it's pretty smooth, it's pretty easy. But when you put it into sport mode or N mode, it is like definitely noticeably heavier. So it's kind of, I feel like I never noticed that in this car. Like, I mean, just like the heaviness of the steering. But now that I've been driving the Elantra for a couple of weeks, it's just like, wow, the steering is like crazy, crazy heavy compared to the Elantra. Even in the sport and N mode, it's not as heavy as this car. But I don't know, it's crazy. So back to the Fox body. I was thinking I'm not gonna be here for like, today's Sunday. I'm not gonna be here until Friday. And I was thinking that maybe I would just leave the new battery connected until I get here on Friday, and just to see if the battery loses any power between now and then. Just, I don't know, maybe sort of a test to see if it's like, I imagine there is still some type of like parasitic drain on the battery, because the battery issues from the previous like the battery drainage issues started long before the battery was on its way out, I imagine. But I was thinking about maybe just leaving the battery connected and then just see if the car starts up when I get here on Friday. But I also, if I don't want to have to wait to like charge the battery to drive the car again. I think I might just disconnect it and then do that test some other time. We'll see. Oh, and I was going to change the oil, but I decided to go buy the drain plug, oil drain plug, not gaskets, washers, gaskets, whatever you want to call them. Hang on. I'll show you in a second. But I decided to forget to buy an oil filter and oil, so I'm gonna have to wait until next weekend to attempt to change the oil and switch out the washer. I'll show you what I have here. So this is the thing that was on the car. This is one of the drain plugs that came on the car originally, and I felt like this was just not doing the trick in terms of preventing any oil from dripping. So I picked up this, which has like a few different options. You can't even see this 1/2-inch assortment, premium oversized assortment. I don't know why it's called that, but there's a few options in there. And then I also got this fiber version that has at least one that should fit relatively tight around the threads on the drain plug. So when I change the oil, I'm gonna add one of those washers, and then see if that helps reduce some of the oil leak. I still need to like get underneath the car and clean up a lot of stuff to try and identify where other leaks might be coming from, but there's never enough time. Never enough time. So one thing I had mentioned in my first Elantra video was that I saw that you can change the color of the ambient lighting. You can see that it's sort of a purple shade right now. There's a bunch of different colors you can change it to, and you can also have it where it changes the color based on the driving mode that you're in, which I had that for like a day. I thought that was pretty cool. Probably mess around with it every once in a while. I did notice that the color doesn't change on the logo on the seats, which I think that would be a cool feature, but I feel like if you could basically have the ambient lighting and the N on the seats match whenever you change the color, that would be pretty cool. But can't ask for everything with a car that's only like $32,000 MSRP. So anyways, I am about to start the car because I'm thinking of the clutch again. After driving both Mustangs, I just have to say, the clutch on the Elantra N definitely wins here, this competition. Like, the clutch on the Fox body is not bad, but the clutch on the Dude Stang, holy crap, so heavy. And it has a like an aftermarket, I can't remember, it's like a clutch spring that I put in a couple years ago, and that I remember made the clutch lighter. So I don't know, like, that's crazy. Like, if I didn't have that spring in, it would be like I probably wouldn't be able to shift because of my weak legs or whatever. Anyways, I was going to finish this vlog already, but now I'm stuck in stupid rush hour traffic, so I'm gonna continue rambling for a little while longer. There's a Kia K5 GT in front of me in a very similar color to my Elantra N. I think I remember reading those things are pretty quick, but I'm pretty sure you cannot get them with a manual transmission. One thing that is great about having this super light clutch is that I don't totally destroy my already busted ass left knee sitting in traffic, pushing the clutch in and out, you know, for an extra like 20 minutes more than usual on this route. Yeah. Oh, I'm currently driving past one of the best pizza places in Northern Virginia. Pupatella. If you live in the area and you've ever had that pizza, yes, you should try it. It's amazing. I really want to go. Oh man. Anyways, there was something else I was going to ramble about. Oh, not ramble, but whatever. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the shifter in this car. So when I was test driving various vehicles before, you know, eventually selecting the Elantra N, you know, there's quite a bit of variety in the quality of the transmissions and the shifters, and like, you know, just the shifter action, if you will. And I would say that the Elantra N does not have the best shifter of all the cars that I test drove, but it's pretty good, and I'm liking it more and more the longer I'm driving the car. Anyways, that's our takeaway for today. I'm sure we'll have more videos on the Elantra N and the dude staying and the Fox body, and maybe we'll do some chicken sandwich reviews in the not too distant future. So thanks for watching my video. Keep an eye out for more Taco, Potato, and Mustang. Hope you're enjoying the holiday season. Stay healthy, stay safe. Peace out.